And good evening, my lovely Lost Tales, and welcome back to the Blue Rose Respite for my Friday night spice stream. Thank you all so very much for joining me this evening as we return to Dragon Age Inquisition. But how's it going, everyone? I hope you've all been having an absolutely amazing week. I am very excited because I remember last stream I may have done a little bit of a hiccup and we weren't able to do the I think it's Wicked Eyes, Wicked Hearts quest. But to hold to my promise that I made last week of I'm gonna get the power we need and then we're gonna do this quest. I even dressed for the occasion because you have to look your best when you go to Orlais. But I hope everyone is doing well. And you've all got yourselves like a nice drink poured, settling in for the night because we are going to Orlais. Oh, it looks like a book Dorian was reading. Way of the Necromancer. From Mortalitasi for the living, the dead. The words of Speaker Vias and Axis makes one passage stand out. We are of this world, and as with any piece that seeks to leave its element, there is a void when we abandon the mortal. It must be that this would hold our returning to the Maker. It must be that we should seek balance. It must be that the Maker's first children are the second. An account. Breath ceased on the hour exactly. We felt his absence in that moment, and were ready. It was gentle, and all were calmed by the sign of spirits entering, knowing there would be no chains on their loved one. Unfettered, he would find the side of the Maker. But that was not the training for the battlefield. I had heard the accounts and knew my role, and I was ready. Then our warriors signaled the charge, and I was not ready. Breath was not stilled by the hour, and was not gentle. And I was sore afraid. Then the enemy counted, and I saw blades come for the good men whom I had stood beside, and I would not allow it. The dead who had fallen, I bent their forms to serve, and it was the turn of our foes to know fear. But I had peace, for I had granted the fallen greater purpose, and in doing had honoured life by protecting it. Detailed ritual instructions follow. I'm going to leave Dorian, because he's got a lot on his mind after how we left things at the end of last game. But I hope all of you guys are doing well this evening. Solus, you're fine. You're going to be coming with us to Orlais, so...
Lost 3 shipments. It's still
The Medloid Man, thank you so much for the gifted sub. You're absolutely amazing.
You always say we're back.
Oh, and you gifted it to man behind the screen. You're amazing. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Oh, Samuel, you're too kind. I must say, I do really like this particular lipstick combination. And I think it looks especially good on me. And so I thought, I have to dress extra nice since we're going to Orlais. So I decided to pull out the red lip as well. Well, it's not so much a red lip, it's more like a dark berry sort of colour. Well, thank you so much, Samuel. I'm not used to wearing chokers, but this one is really nice. I like the beading on it, and I think it's pretty. And have to look extra
Have
nice
you
for
heard
Orlais.
anything? Not yet.
Alright.
I'll let you know as soon as I do.
Alright, let's see everyone's assignments that they've turned in. Liliana, search for the hack writer. Nightingale, Cammering is dead, fully armoured, locked in an inner room in his home, a knife in his back. He knew someone was coming for him. Ironically, the scene was exactly the same as the one in the first Hard in Hightown novel. Someone sent a professional after this magistrate. They had to leave a trail. From Cooper. Okay. Unlocks another mission. We'll take care of that later after the Masquerade, I think. Yes, also just a quick thing. Because I think I said this when I first changed the slight layout of my streams, but the top donator and the top sub-gifter does change at the end of each month, just because I want there to be a good amount of variation, so everyone gets like the moment in the spotlight. So thank you so much to everyone who has been so generous with gifted subs, and I hope you guys enjoy your little spot at the top. Okay, from Cullen, reports of Darkspawn activity. Commander, we conducted sweeps of the Storm Coast and determined where the Darkspawn are most concentrated. Our Ferelden-born soldiers are quite eager to see them driven back from Scout Harding. Good. Now, Josephine? Choose successor and leads. Ambassador Montillier. I am of course pleased to aid the Inquisition in its holy endeavour. My wife, Carolina, has recently been taken by a religious fervour and has declared her intention to live the rest of her life in a small chantry near the Arbor Wilds, where she will have the solitude necessary to live her life of spiritual reflection and repentance. As such, I have sold most of her gowns and jewellery and am pleased to make the resulting funds my gift to the Inquisition. Yours, Duc Stéphane de Fermont. Thank you, we'll take that. But we have a party to go to. I assume I'm that level. Let me just check. I'm at least level 12. I have to be. Let me just double check that. Because I swear to God, I do not want to have to keep going back. Yeah, okay, yes. I'm level 12. I'm not going to keep putting this off, I swear. We'll do Wicked Eyes, Wicked Hearts, and then we'll probably do some more grinding to level up a bit more to get those Venatori tomes. But just because we've taken so long to do this quest, we're going to do this quest here and now. It's going to be the focus of the night. Big Oz, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Greetings, Lady Quills. I've made my grand journey here from YouTube. Well, you are most welcome here. I hope you're enjoying yourself this evening.
How are the rescue efforts?
We're just
Have
getting
they found
started.
anyone alive?
Excavation is slow, as you can imagine.
Alright. Wicked Eyes and Wicked Hearts. An assassin is stalking the Empress. Celine's death would plunge Orlais into chaos, leaving it an easy target for Corypheus. At the Winter Palace of Halamsharal, Celine is holding peace talks with her rebellious cousin Grand Duke Gaspard under the guise of a grand ball. Every noble in the Empire will attend, making it the perfect place and time for Corypheus' assassin to strike. We can arrange an invitation to attend, to keep him from destroying Orlais, if we hurry. But we do have two stretch checks from Hayden. Thank you so much. Sorry I missed the earlier one this evening. Oh. Good to get that out of the way before we get settled in this evening. Almost fell out of my chair. Oh, wish me luck, guys.
We have to reach the Empress before Corypheus. The only question is, how?
We know how. I have our way in. The real question is, where is our enemy hiding? At the urging of Grand Duchess Florian, the Empress is holding a ball. Absolutely everyone will be there. During the festivities, Celine will be meeting for peace talks with usurper Duke Gaspard and Ambassador Briala.
The assassin must be hiding within one of these factions.
What do we know about Duke Gaspard?
The man who would have been Emperor. He's Celine's cousin, and was first in line to inherit the throne when Emperor Florian died. Celine outmaneuvered him. She won over the Council of Heralds, who hold authority over title disputes. She became Empress, and he a general in the Imperial Army. He's well loved by the troops. He's also a Chevalier. Most of their number sided with him when he turned on the Empress.
Aren't the Chevaliers part of the army? Why would they follow the Duke?
Most Chevaliers are sworn to serve the crown, but that does not give them faith in the person wearing it. The Empress has tried to improve relations with Ferelden and Navarra. The Chevaliers see her as anti-military. They believe Gaspard could lead the Empire back to the glory of Draken's expansion years.
Who is this Ambassador Briala?
An ambassador in name only. She has organized the elves of Halamsharal into an underground army. The Empress invited her to the peace talks in a bid to gain the elves' alliance in the war. That would be scandal enough, without the rumor that Briala is a jilted lover of Celine's. A personal grudge and a network of saboteurs at her command. Promising lead.
Oh my, that's scandalous.
Wait, the elven leader is a jilted lover of the Empress.
It's not widely known. Just a rumor whispered among the palace servants a few years ago. If it's true and were to get out, the Empress and an elf. The scandal could destroy Celine's court. Even if a lie, Briala could use it to blackmail the Empress. She has some connection to the throne.
Tell me everything we know about the Empress.
Empress Celine is a renowned diplomat and reformer. She works tirelessly to secure peace for the Empire. Unfortunately, many Orlesians view peace as complacency. She has yet to name an heir, leaving the future of the Empire in doubt if anything happens to her. Especially when the next in line is her cousin Gaspard, who's made few friends on the Council of Heralds.
Celine is surrounded at all times by countless guards, courtiers, servants, and vassals. What better place for an assassin to hide than the Empress's own household?
How can Gaspard still be next in line while he wages war against his Empress?
The title Grand Duke indicates that he was a prince before the Empress took the throne.
Why can't we just warn them?
Do we need to go to the peace talks? The Empress must have personal guards. We could just warn her she's in danger.
We've made the attempt, but...
It seems that our messages never reached her. Someone intercepted them.
It's better that we don't leave this to chance. If Orlais falls to Corypheus, no land is safe.
Let's go then, shall we?
We shouldn't waste any time. Let's go to the Winter Palace.
Hey, Chef and Guntermeister, how's it going? Alright, I just read that. Ooh, wish me luck, guys. Now, who to bring? I want to bring Cole, because we need a rogue. Solace, because romance. And I want to bring Iron Bull. Actually, I love you, Cole, but I kind of want to take Varric. Because we need a rogue, and Cyril just caused too much chaos, and Cole, I think, would be very, very uncomfortable. So, I think this is balanced. Varric, Solace, and Iron Bull. All of my boys. Hey, Rice and Beans, how's it going? Like, I love Cole. I love Cole so much, but I think you'll be really uncomfortable. And Varric knows a little bit about, like, this kind of stuff, so I trust he knows what he's doing.
The political situation in Halam Shiral hangs by a thread.
Pretty.
The Empress fears our presence could sever it. The Grand Duke is only too happy to have us at the ball as his guests, so our invitation comes from him. Whether we act as his allies or upset the balance of power, he gains an opportunity, if not a clear advantage.
Oh, look at me. Dressed to the nines.
It is a great pleasure to meet you, Inquisitor Lavellen. Bringing the rebel mages into the ranks of your army was a brilliant move. Imagine what the Inquisition could accomplish with the full support of the rightful Emperor of Orlais.
Exactly what would be required to get that Imperial support?
I am not a man who forgets his friends, Inquisitor. You help me, I'll help you. My lady, are you prepared to shock the court by walking into the Grand Ball with a hateful usurper? They will be telling stories of this into the next age.
I can't imagine that crowd has seen anything better than us in their entire lives.
You're a woman after my own heart, my lady. As a friend, perhaps there is a matter you could undertake this evening. This elven woman, Briala, I suspect that she intends to disrupt the negotiations. My people have found these ambassadors all over the fortifications. Sabotage seems the least of their crimes.
That sounds like something I should look into.
Be as discreet as possible. I detest the game, but if we do not play it well, our enemies will make us look like villains. We're keeping the court waiting, Inquisitor. Shall we?
I believe we shall. Now,
Is that the Inquisitor?
this section is a little tricky because you have to pick your dialogue options carefully. Alright, so you already start out with a bit of a hit with court approval. I'm sorry that my webcam is kind of covering up most of it, but you can kind of see... Hang on. Where's camera? There-ish. You can see what the court approval currently is right next to me. So yeah, just keep an eye on that because it is going to go up and down over the course of the evening, but I'm going to try and get it as high as possible. As someone who played a lot of Vampire the Masquerade, I know a thing or two about carefully chosen words. Hello, madame.
You there! Rabbit! Have you seen a ring anywhere? It was a gift from the Countess Montbelliard, enchanted by the Fomari. I cannot go into the ball without it.
That's a terrible predicament.
If the Countess finds out, make her have mercy. Should you happen upon it, I beg you, let me know.
Now, the thing is, I was going to wear a mask during this part of the game. But then I was like, no wait, Llewellyn doesn't wear a mask. All the Orlesians wear masks, so I didn't put it on, but would you guys maybe want to see it?
Maker, what am I going to do if I cannot find my ring?
There we go. You just gain court approval, which is usually the result of finesse, entertaining people, or keeping up appearances. The higher court approval is, the better.
Is this the ring you were looking for?
You are a treasure! I cannot believe you found it! You have saved me a lifetime of mortification. How can I thank you enough?
There we go. Already off to a good start. Okay, so you want to see what the mask looks like. Give me just a second. Sorry guys, I will be with you in just a moment. I just had to take my earphones off in order to tie this in place. Just need to get my hair right. And there we are. Let us proceed, shall we? I just want to make sure that you can see me clearly. And just keep an eye out for anyone interesting to talk to. I have to say, I do very much like my little collection of masks. I have 3 that are similar, made of black metal with little diamonds, little crystals on them. What does this say? The Winter Palace, the Verchiel Fountain. Emperor Judicial I commissioned this massive fountain to commemorate the House Valmont's historic victory against Xavier Dracon. The 4 lions represent Emperor Alphonse Valmont and his 3 younger brothers, Duke Isidore d'Alezans, Duke Yvon de Savoyen, and Duke Stéphane of La Montague, who took the field against the usurper. Excerpt from the Architectural History of Orlais, Volume 1. Oh, you're too kind, my darlings. My lovely lost tales. Rice and Bean 16, thank you so much for the 100 bits. I really, really appreciate it.
Is it true the Inquisitor was handed out of the Fade by Andraste?
Quite possibly, madame.
We can only hope Celine prevails tonight. Gaspard will ruin us all.
Oh, I'm afraid I shall have to save the dances for later in this evening, unfortunately. I have business to conduct. Okay, so we need special statues in order to unlock that. We can't get up to too much mischief. But I will say, sir, you seem to be clipping through the floor. I will say, when I was trying on this outfit and with the mask and everything, I was like, I really do need to cosplay as Yennefer of Vengerberg at some point in my life.
We can only hope Celine prevails tonight. Gaspard will ruin us all.
Ooh. I just want to make sure that you can see my eyes clearly, though. That's the only thing. Like, this mask does have large eye areas, but sometimes the metal can be a bit obstructive Anything interesting? Oh my, some people seem to be talking. Bonsoir.
Foreigners.
Oh, boo. Alright. Have to find a quiet spot then. To hear if anything interesting is going on. Where are you off to? Ah, there we are.
Any word from the front lines?
My spies said the bodies were beyond counting.
Surely the Empress will put an end to the war tonight.
Pray, my friend. If the Maker does not hear us now, just pray.
Suspicions are raised. Ooh, there we go. Jaguar115, thank you so much for the follow. You are now one of my lovely lost tales, and you are welcome at the Blue Rose Respite anytime. Take a seat and enjoy yourself. There we go. Ooh, many useful things in here. Many shiny things too. Ooh. Scandalous lead could be useful. Alright, I think that's everything that we can do out here.
The Inquisitor was headed out of the Fade by Andraste.
So, shall we head in then?
Inquisitor, a moment, if you please. I must warn you before you go inside. How you speak to the court is a matter of life and death. It is no simple matter of etiquette and protocol. Every word, every gesture is measured and evaluated for weakness.
I'll keep my guard up. Don't worry.
The game is like Wicked Grace played to the death. You must never reveal your cards. When you meet the Empress, the eyes of the entire court will be upon you. You are safer staring down Corypheus.
You're just full of joy and light this evening.
Everything will be fine. Andraste, watch over us all.
Oh, come on, Josephine. You know I'm not that bad. You must have some faith in me. I will say, the only critique that I have is that I wish you had an option to select your outfit to wear to the masquerade, and that all the important NPCs had their own, like, unique garments. Like, I know we're kind of there as a faction and was supposed to, like, show that, but it could also be conveyed with like a pin or a crest or something like that of the Inquisition, like the symbol with the eye or something like that as like a pin, or even like on a mask or something like that. Because like, especially if you're playing as like a race that's different to a human, it would be really cool if like you had the option to show up in, like, if you're playing an elf, as I am here, in like a Dalish sort of evening gown or something like that with leaves and in beautiful like shades of green and white. That would be so cool. Okay, that's all sealed off for now. Oh, a masquerade full of all my original characters. Oh, that's an interesting idea. And yes, I could absolutely imagine Cytarrel striding into a masked ball. Maybe not even in her human form. Knowing her, if she was going to go to like a masked ball, she would show up probably in her draconic form, and then like at the gates then shapeshift into a humanoid form with like a draconic mask or something like that.
I heard the Grand Duke invited the Inquisition.
Varric! Oh, you look so handsome.
So this is just the winter palace. What's the summer one look like, I wonder?
Cullen, handsome as always.
I need to have this jacket let out a little.
You look very handsome.
What is Gaspar up to?
Bonsoir, monsieur.
I had hoped to tour the Royal Wing Gardens again.
I have heard they are the finest in the Empire.
Oh, my apologies. I didn't read that clearly. I'm so sorry. Metaloid Man, you selected a Pick My Voice. How about a masked dragon for a masked ball? Well, I believe Saitara would be a perfect pick for this evening, don't you agree? So many succulent
Celine was
humans,
having the entire wing redecorated.
all wearing their own strange disguises. Although I believe that myself and my true majesty would be more than appropriate for such an occasion.
Good to know.
And I have to keep out for those red circles because they're all little snippets of interesting information. Ooh. Time to eavesdrop a little. So many secrets you mortals have.
Just gossip.
I can hardly believe Gaspard and Celine are in the same room.
So much gold in this room. All of which would make valuable additions to my hoard. Alright, many rooms left unexplored.
Who does Orzammar favor in the negotiations tonight?
The Grand Library of Haliotis. The Winter Palace's collection of book, singular, is one of the world's largest. Only a library of the University of Orlais and the Imperial Palace Library compare. Famed cabinet maker Gustave Valfontaine designed and built the shelves, the finest example of his marquetry technique still in existence. I wonder if those books contain any magical secrets or hidden talents. All I know is that they are worth something, and I want them.
I wish there was more news coming from the convent.
Good news is becoming an
Anything interesting?
Good to know.
The guest wing is not open to the public at this time, Inquisitor.
That's no problem at all.
How can they call this a vestibule? It's a
Although
foyer.
I prefer to come and go as I please. Nothing down there. I think the interior decor could be improved with a little more lightning, don't you think?
The Empress invited them.
You. What do you have to say, sad little man? Well, of course it doesn't compare to my own cave of splendors, but it's amicable.
And now presenting Grand Duke Gaspard de Chalon, and accompanying him, Lady Inquisitor Lavellen.
I like her dress. Good choice in color.
Vanquisher of the rebel mages of Ferelden, crusher of the vile apostates of the mage underground.
This guy writes better fiction than I do.
Champion of the blessed Andraste herself.
Did you see their faces? Priceless.
Accompanying the Inquisitor, renowned author Parke Dethris. Head of noble house Tethras, Desher of Kirkwall to the Dwarven Merchants Guild. The Iron Bull, leader of the famed mercenary company Bull's Chargers. As the name might imply. The Lady Inquisitor's elven serving man, Solus. Sir Callum Stanton Rutherford of Honley, commander of the forces of the Inquisition. Former Knight Commander of Kirkwall. Lady Liliana, Nightingale of the Imperial Court, veteran of the Fifth Blight, Seneschal of the Inquisition, and Left Hand of the Divine. And Lady Josephine Charette Montillier of Antiva City, Ambassador of the Inquisition.
Well, I would like to think that went smoothly so far.
Cousin, my dear sister.
Grand Duke, we are always honored when your presence graces our court.
Don't waste my time with pleasantries, Celine. We have business to conclude.
We will meet for the negotiations after we have seen to our other guests.
Inquisitor?
Lady Inquisitor, we welcome you to the Winter Palace. Allow us to present our cousin, the Grand Duchess of Leeds, without whom this gathering would never have been possible.
What an unexpected pleasure. I was not aware the Inquisition would be part of our festivities. We will certainly speak later, Inquisitor.
Your arrival at court is like a cool wind on a summer's day.
I am delighted to be here, Your Majesty.
We have heard much of your exploits, Inquisitor. They have made grand tales for long evenings. How do you find Halam-Shiral?
I've never seen anything to equal the Winter Palace.
We hope you will find time to take in some of its beauties. Feel free to enjoy the pleasures of the ballroom, Inquisitor. We look forward to watching you dance.
I must confess I haven't danced in quite some
a word
time.
when you have a moment.
Haven't had a reason to.
Tell me, Yvette, how are my mind?
But I believe we come to the end of that particular Pick My Voice. Again, apologies for not noticing it first, but I hope you all very much enjoyed the graceful presence, or the majestic presence, I should say, of CycloneClyde the Eternal. One second. Thank you so very much. And a huge thank you to Rice and Beans. Thank you so much for the 100 bits. I really appreciate it. And Franklin, hope you're all doing well. Personally, I was told to mix rosé wine with white monster. 0 out of 10 wouldn't recommend. Honestly, I don't really have a stomach for energy drinks. But that sounds an interesting experiment that went slightly awry. But thank you so much for your subscription. I really appreciate it.
Lord Marcelin, Comte de Travers, and his wife, Lady Elodie.
Josephine. Someone you want to...
Oh, Josephine, is this her? Inquisitor, please allow me to present to you my younger sister.
Try and get closer.
Yvette Gabriella Montillier.
Oh, Josephine's sister.
Delighted to meet you, Lady Montillier.
Inquisitor, I've heard so much about you, but not as much as I want. Josephine writes, but she never tells me anything. Is it true? Rebel mages in Redcliffe were performing blood rites and orgies before you stopped them. Where did you hear such nonsense? Everyone in Antiva says so. Is it true?
Those stories are little more than wistful thinking, my lady.
Oh, how dull Redcliffe must have been then.
Any tales about Josephine?
This may be my only chance to hear about when Josephine was a girl.
Oh yes, as she told you about when she was 10 and... Yvette, stop. Fine. What about when we were climbing the cliffs by the... No. She once told the Duke of... Absolutely not. She still plays with her doll collection when no one's looking. Yvette, that's absurd. Absolutely preposterous.
Which power should the Inquisition throw its weight behind?
Celine has held the throne successfully for years. I see no profit in ousting her. Gaspard has run military campaigns, but never a kingdom. His transition would be, let us say, chaotic.
Alright. Let's ask her about herself, and then I think we'll keep going.
This is the first time I've encountered any of Josephine's family.
She would forget to mention the artists. I've been studying painting under Antiva's royal tutors.
You should be proud, Josie. I'm going to be exhibiting my work next season in the city's biggest salon.
Have you actually sat down and finished the painting yet?
I must wait for my inspiration.
And I must wait for your tutor's bits.
But we currently have a hype train going. Night Kaiju, thank you so much for the 3 gifted community subs. I really appreciate it. You're absolutely amazing. And so we have a level 2 hype train going, guys. If you want to renew your subscriptions and earn some fun emotes, here's the perfect time to do so. But let us mill around and keep looking and see if we can find my elven manservant Solus somewhere.
Are you happy to see me at all, Josie?
It may not have been wise to
The only one to survive the Temple of Sacred Ashes.
Anything interesting out here? Not yet.
Have you heard from your nephew?
Not since enrichment.
It's never coming out.
I remember this quest. My roommate used to restart her story just to do this quest over and over again. You know what? I was very much the same when I was first playing this game. So, but I've forgotten a lot of stuff that happens here, but I'm a little nervous about choosing the wrong dialogue option. But I'm certainly going to try my best. A compendium of Orlesian theatre. The most unusual part of Orlesian theatre, appropriately enough, revolves around our southern neighbour's love of masks. Every actor wears a mask, and every mask follows a hierarchy of shape and colours that indicate to the audience of the character's importance. Half-face green masks indicate a leading male role, for example, while half-face purple masks are for primary female characters. Full white masks are reserved for roles of no clear gender, such as spirits, except for demons, whose masks must always be black and red. Further complicating matters for those new to Orlesian theatre, an actor's race or sex has no bearing on the parts they can play. If a director believes they can sell the part, men can play dowagers, women can play dukes, and even an elf can play a king. Thanks. Once donned, the mask is understood to be absolutely them. None of the actors I spoke to could explain to me the history behind this tradition, but bristled when I suggested other nations find it strange. There is a strong bond of trust between Orlesian theatre troupes and their viewers. Indeed, I have rarely attended such attentive audiences than in Valtharis. It is my guess that Orlesians, surrounded as they are by masks in their daily lives, both require and fully respect a place where the objects boldly display their wearers' intentions for a change. An appendix at the back of this volume lists the appearance and meaning of Orlais' theatrical masks. These conventions are vital to understanding the history of its finest theatre, a journey I hope you will find as rewarding as I have. From a Compendium of Orlesian Theatre, Volume 1, Introduction by Magister Pellinar. Certainly sounds interesting. It's like a fantasy French-ish version of a Commedia dell'arte. Actually, learned a bit about the Commedia dell'arte when I was in Venice. Oddly enough, when I was in Venice is where I got these masks. The Valmont Emperors, Emperor Etienne I. Okay, I'm just more looking for interesting conversation or little things I can pick up on, without having to go to other rooms just yet. Ah, bonsoir.
Perhaps we can speak later, Inquisitor.
Oh, sounds perfectly fine. And yes, this mask is from Venice.
Did you just grab my bottom?
Cullen, let me rescue you.
Did you need something? The sooner we track down this infiltrator, the better.
Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary?
I'll let you know at once if I do.
Do you have any advice?
Orlesian social events don't fall within my area of expertise. There are a few here we can trust. Be careful.
You've attracted a following. Who are all these people?
I don't know, but they won't leave me alone.
I take it you're not enjoying yourself.
At this point, the headache I'm developing is preferable to the company.
We'll talk later.
I await your seat.
Well, I seem to be doing fairly well so far. I mean, they're not kicking me out, which is a good sign. Okay. So I've gone around the main room. Let us see if there's any secret antechambers that I can maybe go and look at. And we come to the end of this hype train. Thank you so much to everyone who helped it along. I hope you all enjoy the emotes, and thank you so very much for your incredible support. Bonsoir, and I hope that you're all enjoying the show this evening.
I have an idea. You should invite all the family to Skyhold for the summer. The Empress says. You'd be bored the second you step.
Okay, that's locked.
Are all the Delancers here?
Maker, I hope not.
That goes back into the vestibule. Let me just do a quick check if there's any other doors I can look around.
Nobody should own as many hunting dogs as he does.
Maker, if I have to clean up another part.
That's also locked.
Remember the day they came to
I can't go down there yet, so let's head back to the vestibule. Oh yes, there are elves scattered around the place, so I'm keeping an eye out on them.
Good. I was hoping I would catch you. What did the Duke say?
He points the finger at Ambassador Briala.
The ambassador is up to something, but she can't be our focus. The best place to strike at Celine is from her side. Empress Celine is fascinated by mysticism, foreseeing the future, speaking with the dead, that sort of rubbish. She has an occult advisor, an apostate who charmed the Empress and key members of the court as if by magic.
Oh, really?
I've had dealings with her in the past. She is ruthless and capable of anything.
How can Celine openly keep an apostate in the Imperial Court?
The Imperial Court has always had an official position for a mage. Before now, it was little better than court jester. Vivian was the first to turn that appointment into a source of real political power. When the circles rebelled, technically every mage became an apostate. The word lost much of its strength.
That sounds exactly like the person we're looking for.
She's worth investigating. Can't be sure of anything here. Both leads point toward the guest wing. It's a promising place to start. I'll coordinate with our spies to see if I can find anything better. I will be in the ballroom if you need me.
Jen, in answer to your question, I believe that question was in regards to the history of the Commedia dell'arte. With the Commedia dell'arte, it was more character archetypes that would be conveyed with a particular mask and costume. So essentially, if like you had from what I can remember, if you had like a role that called for a virtuous nobleman or an elegant maiden, then they would usually be played by people with like a very similar design masks. I do remember there was one mask, and I can't remember what role it was for. I think it was for the role of like a handmaiden or someone of the lower classes, because it was a perfectly circular mask, but it didn't have any strings. So the only way it could be held in place was there was a slight bit of fabric on the inside of the mask that the actor would have to hold between their teeth in order to keep the mask like perfectly on their face. So their gesture or their role essentially was more of in dance and movement, and because they were more of a supporting role, so they would be like the handmaiden who would like whisper and be more about theatrics of movement. But I just thought that was so cool. There's a lot of interesting things about the history of theatre that just are so cool if you look into them. I don't believe I have enough social standing to talk to a lot of these nobles yet, but that's okay. Oh, Night Kaiju. I want to see if you could pull off an Ian Malcolm impression, but if not, I'd be equally delighted by the graces of the Countess. All well. Since you asked so very nicely, Night Kaiju, I would be happy to oblige. Now this is certainly much more my style. Not as grand or as beautiful as the Masquerade held by the grace and beauty of my kin, but it's interesting nonetheless. Now where is a good place I can listen in on these sinister elves?
be something here. Better take a closer look.
The Art of the Winter Palace, Triumph of the Dragon Age, commissioned by Emperor Selene in honor of the Grey Wardens' actions at the Battle of Denrim, which ended the Fifth Blight. Now where are these servants? Where is a spot that I can listen in?
We are not serving drinks. Bother someone else.
Alright. Let's wait for them to move. There should be a better spot for me to listen in on what they're saying.
Leave us.
Alright. Actually, I think from down here that should be a better spot. There we are.
The package is in the guest wing. Upper room.
The one of the garden. Statuette.
Good to know. Let's keep exploring though, shall we? Solus, there you are. Gengar Zepeli, thank you so much for the follow. You are now one of my lovely lost tales, and you are welcome at the Blue Rose Respite anytime. Take a seat and enjoy yourself.
I do adore the heady blend of power, intrigue, danger, and sex that permeates these events.
You surprise me.
You seem more comfortable with a Grand Orlesian ball than I'd have expected.
I have seen countless such displays in my journeys in the Faith. The powerful have always been the same. Only the costumes change.
That's a fair enough point.
Have you seen anything useful?
No, sadly. I do not have the look of one of the elven servants, or I might well be invisible. I wonder how masked men live their lives without ever seeing that servants have an entire society of their own. If you want to find something useful, I would pay attention to what the servants do.
Have you encountered any trouble with the nobles?
The Orlesians do not quite know what to make of me. I have kept to myself, for fear of giving them some purchase to cling to. The food and drink are excellent, however, and the servants have been happy to refill my glass.
I'll be back.
And well.
Alright, we'll talk to you later, Solus. I'm just glad that you're having a good time this evening. Good boy. Emperor Giselle II. Stubborn individual, looks like. J. Rodimus. Hi, Stephanie. Found you through the Blue Rose RP. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Huge fan of your work. Your voice is lovely and I'm glad I could catch the stream. For a little bit at least. Well, Jay, feel free to stay as long as you like. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. And thank you so much for enjoying my stories.
Waste of time.
We might come back here later then.
Gaspar is wasted.
Ooh.
Well, well, the Inquisitor. Here as a guest of my nephew, no less. Are curious.
What can you tell me about the Civil War?
If you are hoping for insight, you've come to the wrong man. It's war. It is brutal, and terrible, and sometimes necessary. There's nothing more to say.
Have you noticed anything strange this evening?
My niece Florian hasn't spoken to me all evening. That's not like her.
Another time, my lord.
Alright, let's keep looking then. I will say, to clarify, the good boy was directed at Solus, but chat. You're doing me proud by being so well behaved this evening. Good chat. There you go. Alright, a compendium of Orlesian theatre. A tent, King Drakon turns his crown in his hands. Enter his trusted cousin, Captain Ashan. Hail, your majesty, the armies wait on you. What of the enemy? The blighted ones mass on the hill in larger numbers than ever we've seen. We are outmatched on the field. Andraste armed us with faith. Our allies are weak from Cumberland. We are aided by the Maker's word. I do not doubt. Yet your brow is vexed. Drakon throws down his crown. Pride killed our prophet. Her sacred words are all we have left. If victory spurns us, who will carry them forward? Who will bear the chant of light? Cousin, the army awaits. Maker, for a soul fit to lead them. From The Sword of Drakon, an examination of life and history of the father of Orlais. It doesn't wonder King Drakon's life is one of the most popular tales in Orlais. After founding both Orlais and the Chantry, the charismatic young noble battled the Second Blight for the rest of his reign. Freyette plays are notable for being the first to portray Orlais' founder as a man beset by doubts, as are we all, instead of an idealized cipher. A few grand clerics attempt to ban the play, saying it criticized the current state of the Chantry, but the Sword of Drakon proved too popular among the masses and the nobility to remain a staple of Orlesian theatre to this day. From Volume 2 of A Compendium of Orlesian Theatre. Oh, I will say, Jay, I do have fun on these streams. Just gently poking at chat and making sure that you're all having fun.
Well, that's useful.
Oh, Iron Bull, how are you? God, you're looking stoic this evening.
You got anything that needs killing? Because the nobles keep messing with me and they think I don't know they're doing it. This keeps up. I'm gonna wear somebody's skull as my fancy little mask.
Anything catching your eye?
They've got these candied nuts with some kind of spice on them. It's sweet until you swallow, and then, bam! Hot. Also, Orlais has some fine-looking redheads. I go more for the servants personally. Less makeup. Nothing on the assassins, though.
Well, I'm glad to hear that my comrades are having a wonderful time this evening.
Look at this with the eyes of a Ben Hasrath and tell me what you see.
It's a mess. Everyone's trying so hard to hide that they're walking around in plumage. Makes it tough to spot the dangerous lies, as opposed to the normal stuff. Oh, but that couple over there with the silver masks, the woman's doing one of the nobles, and the guy's doing two different servants.
What do you think of the masks the nobles are wearing?
They're no good as disguises, and they don't cover the mouth or hide body language, so they're not much help for lying. As fashion goes, I don't know. I've seen dumber.
Talk to you later, Bull.
I'll just stay here and eat.
Oh, Jay, I would highly recommend picking up these games yourself. I personally haven't played Dragon Age 1 and 2 yet. I jumped straight into Inquisition, but I have such a wonderful time with them. The character customization is wonderful. You get a wonderful array of romance options. So I would highly recommend checking it out when you get the chance. But that comes to the end of this particular Pick My Voice. I think I ended up going twice as long as I usually do, just because I love speaking as the Countess, in case it wasn't already obvious.
Inquisitor Llewellyn, don't head into the servants' wing if you value your neck. Not one else gone in there tonight and come out again.
Our man was supposed to make a pickup in the garden hours ago. Bastard's likely dead by now.
Oh, really? Oh, you, sir, seem interesting. I'm going to try and subtly follow you. Because I also noticed there is blood. Just a little.
Did you hear what Gaspar said to Duke Germain? His own uncle.
Well, well. What's this?
Something useful, I hope? Alright. Hallam Shiral investigation. Clues. Clara, kitchen staff, entered servants' wing. Vendron, entered servants' wing. Sophie, entered servants' wing. Marius. Morella, we need immediate support down here. Something's gone wrong. Okay, something's not quite going according to plan, it seems.
This way is closed. Please, use the main entrance to the ballroom.
Alright. Mostly this section is about picking very careful dialogue options and just exploring everything.
Philippe should have returned hours ago, dallying with some serving girl while I deal with Gaspard's vitriol.
I can't imagine Gaspard being vitriolic. What's the matter?
The Grand Duke bears a grudge against the Council for refusing him the crown. He's threatened death if they refuse him again, collectively and individually, along with their vassals.
Ooh. Oh, we just lost court approval. You just lost court approval, which is usually the result of being too direct or blunt in your actions. If court approval falls too low, you'll be evicted from the ball.
What backwater did you come from? Everyone knows that.
Shit. Okay. I will try to remedy that as best I can. Okay. Let's see if I can maybe do some other things right.
My lady! My lady Inquisitor!
May we have a word? It is very important. The Empress has sent us with a message for you.
I'm always honored to hear from Her Majesty.
Oh, she is the honored one, Inquisitor.
Empress Celine is eager to assist the Herald of Andraste in her holy endeavor.
She will pledge her full support to the Inquisition as soon as the usurper Gaspard is defeated.
That's a generous offer.
The Empress believes wholeheartedly that the Inquisition is our best hope for peace in these difficult times.
She looks forward to cementing a formal alliance. As soon as Gaspard is out of the way. But we have taken enough of your time.
Please, enjoy the Masquerade, Inquisitor.
Alright, let's have a look around and see if there's anyone interesting to talk to. Other than climbing up there, which will cause me more court hiccups.
Did you need something?
Okay, find a secret spot to listen, maybe.
Interesting.
You must be mistaken.
No, I'm quite certain it was blood on the tiles.
Yes.
If they're playing the game, they're not doing it very well. You don't leave evidence if you play to win.
With Gaspard and that elf woman here, the only one playing to win is Celine.
Alright, we can't get through there yet, so let's see if we can follow that blood trail, and then I think I'll go and try and find Liliana and hand over the secrets that I've been collecting.
Interesting.
Okay, here we go. Another secret I can grab. Oh, thank you for the hydrate check, Jen.
Gaspard is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the
Okay, explore the Grand Library for information on the Empress's occult advisor. Okay. Need a map. I need to consult. Okay, to the upper level for that. Trophy room. Don't think we've tried to go there yet. Guest wing was closed. We haven't really explored here yet. Okay, it seems like a lot of stuff is in the upper galleries, so let's see if I can go there. Oops. Almost knocked over my whiskey. Actually, no, I was going to give the court secrets I've collected to Liliana, because I think that boosts your court approval a little bit, and I just want to keep it above a 25.
Does anyone really think the war will end tonight?
Okay, that's locked. Damn it. Where is Liliana? She should be in this chamber, actually. Liliana, where are you? Okay, she's back through here in the Grand Ballroom, I believe. Yes. Where is she?
Nobody should own as many hunting dogs as he.
Okay, everyone else is doing fine. Okay, there's Liliana.
Look at Lady Cambian's slippers, trimmed with pearls and emeralds, and those buckles. Toss her into the lake and she'll sink right to the bottom. What a disaster.
There's a Tevinter assassin on the loose and you're concerned about buckles on shoes.
Everyone needs a hobby. Besides, you can learn a great deal about a person from their clothing. Gold and jewels on a dancing slipper. A slipper is easily lost and finds itself in the dust and dirt. She is unconcerned with the possibility of losing the shoe or soiling it. A vulgar display of wealth. But Lady Cambian's family has recently lost most of its holdings. They have their title, but little else. So, how did Cambian acquire such a grand shoe, What has she done? Who has she bedded? These are all useful questions, no?
Oh, and what whiskey would that be? Technically it's actually bourbon. I'm enjoying some Maker's Mark tonight. Something a little bit different. I have information.
I found this out. I'm not sure of its value.
Very interesting. It may not help our investigation, but we can put it to use. A little more dirt like this, and we might have some leverage in the court. If you find more, let me know.
Oh, Galactic Emperor Batman, thank you so much for the 8-month Prime subscription. Ignites the Darksaber. The Emperor of the Galactic Dominion has resubbed for 8 months with Prime. Love the stream so far, Steph. Keep up the good work. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad you're having a good time this evening. Yeah, I decided to go with something a little bit different because I've been drinking a lot of the same whiskies for a long time, so I decided to go with the bourbon for something a bit of a change of pace. So, you were cutting into my conversation with Lady Liliana. Fuck off.
Have you seen anything interesting?
Oh yes. Halam Shiral is lousy with scandals and scheming. But no sign of our Tevinter infiltrator, I'm afraid.
You're different here than in Skyhold. More approachable, perhaps.
This is Halam Shiral, Inquisitor. This is the Imperial Court. This is the beating heart of the Great Game. Of course, everyone is wearing a mask. I learned this very young. I was still a girl when I attended my first ball. All this, the smiles, the small talk, it is a dance. And like any dance, it can be learned. For some of us, it has become so familiar that the steps may be performed in our sleep.
I should go. Be on your guard.
I always am.
Alright, yes, we've upped our court approval a little bit, so that's why it's always good to explore in this area and try and grab as many secrets as you can, especially if you make like little slips with conversation. Ooh, can we talk to the Dowager now?
Another time, perhaps?
Okay, not quite high enough yet. Let's just keep investigating for now. And yeah, I know. He heard me talking shit, so he decided to interrupt. Okay, yes, so we need servants' quarters key for that. So we're going to have to do a little bit of investigating.
I don't like that Grand Duke. Nobody should own as many handles as he does.
If I have to clean up another puddle.
Is it true the Inquisitor was handed out of the Fade by Andraste? It's been too long since I've had any...
Please don't notice me. Please don't notice me. Please don't notice me. So, I do remember this. Once you're out of the main party areas, you do have a short amount of time. Yes, court approval. Exploring the off-limit spaces of the palace can yield rewards, but take care not to be gone too long. When you're absent from the party, people notice and your court approval will drop.
Interesting.
Okay.
You only say that because you fancy the Empress's sped up estate. It sickens me to think of the chaos those Maleficarum are causing across the Empire.
Even you can.
Okay. Interesting stuff. Okay, Judicial the first. Etienne the first. Wevel. Etienne the second. Oh god, is this a puzzle? Shit. Secret passage. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Ooh. Incriminating evidence, maybe. Haliotis investigation clues. Lady M, I need you at my side tonight. The unpleasantness in the royal wing has convinced me there is no safety within the palace. I do not expect my cousin to employ magic, but I would hardly be surprised if he provoked another infestation. Since my court enchanter is not here to assist me, I must rely entirely upon you. There is no one else I can trust. From Celine. Ooh.
I need to get back before I'm missed.
Shit, yes. I know. I know. I'll be back soon. Oh, fuck. The arrow of time flies in only one direction. Its path lies our way forward. Okay, I assume that's to unlock that door. I just need to grab as much stuff as possible. I'm glad I did... I'm glad I turned over that information first. Haliotis investigation clues. Grandchildren of Emperor Judicial Valmont and Duchess Catherine of Habsburg. My Emperor Judicial and Baronessa Emilia Campana. Crown Prince Etienne III. Okay, it was about pointing the way forward. So I assume it's like you have to light up a certain number of urns, I believe. Oh, but the time limit's making me stressed. Emperor Judicial, Baronessa Emilia, Etienne III, Prince Leopold. Okay, you do have to light them up in a certain order. This might be a time where I ask, like, what is the order, just because I get very stressed with the time limit. Okay, more secret stuff. Okay, shit. Okay, fuck. I'm gonna return to court just quickly. Just so it doesn't keep going down. And then maybe I can give some more of these secrets to Liliana.
Did you need something?
No, we've already got eavesdropping from you. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly hand over those secrets that I found to... Actually, no, I should be okay to just nip up there again quickly to do that.
Are all the Delancey's here?
Maker, I hope not.
Because yes, I can't be out of the room for too long. Okay, so, yes, I do have to light them up in descent order from the balcony closest to furthest on the right. Okay, these two are both closest to balcony. Hang on. Oh, wait. Is that the balcony? Okay, so right and then left. And then left side. Oh, that sounds good. I did the thing. Thank you so much for the help, chat, because normally I wouldn't ask for like direct advice for that, but just because there's a sort of a time limit on what I can do, I just had to be as quick as possible. Ooh. Very nice stuff down here. Stuff I can make. Okay, so there wasn't so much plot stuff, it was more just like for extra treasures and stuff, so thank you for helping me get that, chat. I really appreciate it. Okay, investigate the servants' quarters. We need a key for the servants' quarters, so let's just keep looking around the library a little bit more. Scandalous legal document. Grab that. Okay, we're back here at the other side, so I'm just going to quickly save. Because that leads straight into the library. Now we're back in the party, and I can give those secrets over to Liliana. Hey, Comstone Druff, how's it going? Welcome back. But I would love to attend a masquerade like this at some point.
Lord Severin.
My dear Maximilian, it took 4 chevaliers to hunt down that killed him.
So many crimes of fashion. I found this out. I'm not sure of its value.
They'll never live this down.
Alright, that's up my court approval just a little bit. Okay, so investigate the servants' quarters and Briala's agents. Okay. It's mostly in the upper level, so let's head back there again. Seems I may have missed something, perhaps? Okay, can't go through that way because I can't lockpick. Oops. There we go. More scandalous secrets. Okay, good, because I do have a Hala statue, so I can open that. Alright, anything useful? Oh, there are dead bodies in here. Surprise, surprise! Halamshral investigation, more clues. Celine, we can discuss this like adults, can't we? We both know that the weapon at Briala's disposal could not only turn the tide of our war, but every war. The Empire must control it. I do not believe you disagree. She is now a greater threat to Orlais than anything else. If you and I work together, we can wrest control away from her. Do not deceive yourself that she will be open to negotiation or diplomacy. You know her better than anyone. You know that's impossible. Expelled. Interesting, interesting. Oh, I need to return.
I should get back to the ballroom.
Come on.
We can only hope Celine prevails tonight. Gaspar will ruin us all.
Gaspar is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win over the Council of Heralds now.
Be careful with that tree.
Can I get into the servants' quarters yet? I think I still need the key to do that. I wish games that had classes like this would give every class a way to open locks. Warriors can pick locks with the stealthiest, mages can cast a spell which is more noticeable, and fighters can break a lock which is... That makes a lot of sense. That would be really, really cool. Alright, let us head back to the ballroom.
Well, well. What have we here? The leader of the new Inquisition, fabled herald of the faith. Delivered from the grasp of the Fade by the hand of blessed Andraste herself.
Hi.
What could bring such an exalted creature here to the Imperial Court, I wonder? Do even you know?
Hi. Yeah, that dreamy look on my character's face, that's me. That's just me.
We may never know. Courtly intrigues and all that.
Such intrigues obscure much, but not all. I am Morrigan. Some call me advisor to Empress Celine on matters of the arcane. You have been very busy this evening, hunting in every dark corner of the palace. Perhaps you and I hunt the same prey.
I don't know. Do we?
You are being coy.
I'm being careful.
Not unwise, here of all places. Allow me to speak first, then. Recently I found and killed an unwelcome guest within these very halls. An agent of Tevinter. So I offer you this, Inquisitor. A key found on the Tevinter's body. Where it leads, I cannot say. Yet, if Celine is in danger, I cannot leave her side long enough to search. You can.
You left Celine alone. Is that wise?
I must return to her anon, but she is safe enough, for the moment. 'Twould be a great fool who strikes at her in public in front of all her court and the Imperial Guard.
What's your interest in protecting Empress Celine? Are you her bodyguard?
Do I seem a bodyguard to you? If anything were to happen to Celine, eyes would turn first to her occult advisor, even if they knew otherwise.
There are sharks in the water, and I will not fall prey to them. Not now, not ever.
All I know is I want her outfit. I want that dress so badly, and she just is Morrigan is utter perfection. I love her.
Briala's people are whispering about disappearances in the servants' quarters. This key may lead there.
The ambassador does have eyes and ears everywhere, does she not? Proceed with caution, Inquisitor. Enemies abound, and not all of them aligned with Tevinter. What comes next will be most exciting.
I love you. Morrigan, you are just exquisite, and I love you so much.
Where are Alban and Colette? Who cares?
Alright, so we have to greet Empress, the Empress's ladies-in-waiting, and speak to Ambassador...
That Inquisition officer over there? You'll never get to talk to him. He wouldn't even dance with the Comtesse d'Argent.
Where are they?
Why would the Empress invite that elf woman?
There's Josephine. She's doing well, I believe. Where are the ladies-in-waiting?
Maker, I hope not.
Oh, there's Gaspard.
We can only hope Celine prevails tonight. Gaspard will ruin us.
Did you see Gaspard dance?
He and Celine aren't getting anywhere, it's obvious.
Ah, there's the Dowager. Don't make eye contact.
She wouldn't want to speak.
Where are they?
We're acquainted with him. Another time, perhaps?
Alright, fine, we're fine. Not good enough for you then.
Mistress Nightingale, what a pleasure to see you again.
Do I have more secrets for you?
So many crimes of fashion. I found this out. I'm not sure of its value.
Excellent.
Good, up my court approval just a bit more.
Doesn't look like negotiations.
I think these are the ladies-in-waiting.
Inquisitor, to what do we owe this honor?
We will be happy to assist you if we can.
Her Imperial Majesty is unfortunately occupied at present.
I'd like to know more about the negotiations. What can you tell me about the other parties involved in the talks?
Gaspard is a decorated general, much beloved by the Imperial Army, and a legend among chevaliers.
He is better suited to the battlefield than the throne, and he would gladly make his palace a war camp.
He's also fiendishly charming.
Lady Briala has great intentions to change the lives of the elves for the better.
Even if her plans could never work and would only provoke hate crimes against alienages.
She is an idealist, but her lack of patience could prove disastrous.
Alright, I try not to be too on the nose with what I'm asking. Did we find
My
something?
investigations turned up something interesting. It concerns the Grand Duke. He's made a lot of threats to the Council of Heralds.
The Grand Duke is all talk, Inquisitor.
Very loud talk, accompanied by swords.
He has never had any skill at the game.
Found something on
My
Briala?
investigations turned up something interesting. It concerns Ambassador Briala. Her people have infiltrated every part of the Winter Palace.
This is extremely alarming, Inquisitor.
She could be spying on our every word.
How exciting!
Okay, let's not say that she's killed negotiators just yet.
Until next time, Inquisitor.
Do take care.
Enjoy the masquerade!
Alright, where is Ambassador Briala? Ah, there you are. I've been meaning to speak with you.
Inquisitor Lavalin, how many of the guests have mistaken you for a kitchen servant? You haven't dazzled the court this evening, but at least you've avoided embarrassing yourself. Well done. What brings you to me?
I want to know more about the peace talks. What can you tell me about Celine and Gaspard?
Gaspard is a warmonger. He served in the war against Ferelden and fought a dozen skirmishes on the Navarran border. He's a simple man. Simple men aren't hard to manipulate. Celine is the voice of reason in the Empire. But reason is cautious. Reason looks for compromise. Reason doesn't choose radical change, however sorely it may be needed.
I had a question about you, Brianna.
I'm an elf, Inquisitor. That should tell you everything you need to know about my life. I'm good at what I do. That's all that matters. I will help my people no matter the cost.
What's your story? How is an elf invited to the Empress's ball as an ambassador?
Empress Celine and I have history. There was a time when I put my spies at her disposal. She knows my qualifications. We had a falling out. Now we are negotiating to determine whether I return to her side in the war.
I'm surprised you'd admit that, considering the circumstances.
I know it's incriminating. Few harbor more resentment against Celine than I. But if she died after inviting me here, the court would certainly pin her death on me. An elf assassinating the Empress? Alienages across Orlais, across all Thedas, would be purged. That cannot happen.
Hello, Toa Sampa. Thank you so much for the follow. You are now one of my lovely lost tales, and you are welcome at the Blue Rose Respite anytime. Take a seat and enjoy yourself.
You might be interested in what I've found. It's about you, actually. You murdered negotiators and stole their documents.
In Orlesian politics, Inquisitor, murder and intrigue barely count as crime. If that shocked you, wait until Celine shows her hand.
Alright, what else?
We'll speak more later, Ambassador.
Another time, Inquisitor.
Okay. I'm not sure if I'm giving away too much information because I haven't played this quest in a very long time. So there's a couple of subtleties that are going a little bit over my head.
Doesn't look like negotiations are going well.
Josephine, how are you?
Hello.
Do we?
Enjoying the ball?
I see many of. The dancing is so dull, Your Worship, but the Empress's gallery is magnificent.
Yvette.
Sorry, Josie.
Go on, Josephine.
Half Royal must be empty. So many of the Empire's finest are in attendance. They've noticed the Empress paying you special attention.
Oh, really?
But they don't quite know how to take advantage of it yet. This uncertainty won't last long, I'm afraid.
I'll see you later.
Another time.
Okay, so we have the key, so let's head back to the servants' quarters and keep looking around.
I'm so glad Maman did not want to attend. She always ruins everything.
Have to be sneaky though. Can I go in here yet? Not yet. Damn it. Okay, before we go to the servants' quarters, I'm just gonna save. Oh, god damn it. But I want to. Please?
This could be worth checking out.
Have to move quickly then. So yeah, I'm doing this quest to the best of my ability. I might not get complete or like the most amount of court approval, but just so long as I don't kicked out, I'm calling that a victory. Well, shit. Open the inventory menu to equip weapons and armor. Hell yes. And my armor. Ooh, yes, that's some new armor that I picked up. I like that. That was the other armor I had, but this is even better. So let's wear that. Okay, Solace. Actually, that doesn't look half bad on you. Although it's not very fitting. But you could do for some proper armor. So I'm going to give you that for now. Bull. There you go. Captain Badass over here. And yes, there we go. That was what I gave you. And you're fine with... Where's Bianca? There we go. And Bull, where's yours? Solace. I think I gave you that, and then I had... that. There we go. There we go. Everyone's looking a lot better. Can I save now? Okay, now I can save.
Must be the elves Briala's people are looking for.
Wow, that's a lot of dead bodies around here. Diary of a Nosy Servant. Since I took that box up to the Grand Apartments, 9 people have suddenly tried asking me where the vault is, including a couple of chevaliers, the 5th undergardener, and one of the Grand Duchess's footmen. I'm not mad enough to tell. Okay, let me just check, because I think some people have also leveled up, myself included. Hang on. So I've been trying to save points so that then I can spend them when I get my other school of magic, but that may not unlock for a little while yet. So in the meantime, let's improve some other things first, I think. When you cast a fire spell, the spell consumes half your current barrier to empower it. The larger the barrier consumed, the greater the bonus to spell's damage. Your master summoning fire... Yep, let's go with that. And I want to save my other point for when I level up and I can choose my second very shiny level of magic. Okay, let's do that. Hi, Firishu. How's it going? I decided to dress more appropriate for the occasion, especially considering we were entering the Grand Masquerade. Hosted by an Empress, nonetheless. And actually, I have to say, I was a little worried that I wouldn't be able to see clearly through this mask, because sometimes it doesn't fit as neatly on my face, but I really like it. I think it looks good. Oh, this isn't good. Oh no.
This was no servant. What was he doing here?
Does this guy seem out of place to anyone else?
That would appear to be Grand Duke Gaspard's insignia on the dagger. How curious.
Time to have a word with the Duke.
Oh shit.
Venatori agents! That must be the Venatori leader. Venatori were watching this approach. They're organized.
Okay, we have to move quickly because we still lose court approval when we're outside of the ballroom. It's much slower when we're in these areas, but it still goes down. So I might be a little bit tense during this session. But I'm just going to do the best I can. I wonder, can I get tomes from them? Maybe not. So I need Venatori tomes in order to... unlock new areas for me. Okay, Grand Apartments. Compendium of Elysian Theatre. Calastia paces on the battlement over the lake. The sky is dark. She holds a cup of poison. Camalia is there, face veiled. The dawn is late. It will not come again. It must hide neath the clouds. It will not come again. The queen thinks you dead. Camalia, her back to the audience, faces Callista and removes her veil. Callista moans in fear. She drops her cup from the setting of the light by Lumiere Bartlett. These lines from a play said to have been one of the strangest works of its time. Bartlett was a writer of small repute who died when a fire swept through the pauper's hovel. The setting of the light takes place in the mysterious city of Demhe, implied to be another world that somehow becomes our own moon. Accidents, madness, and suicide plagued the first production, and some historians claim that the play's conclusion was at once so hauntingly beautiful and shockingly vile, it sparked the great riot of Valtharis in 452 Black. The truth will forever be a mystery. Only 14 pages of the play remain. From a Compendium of Elysian Theatre, Volume 5. I was thinking about bringing Dorian along, but I was like, nah. Let's bring Solus, because I'm currently romancing him. And Iron Bull is just like, he's just a delight. And I love him so much, especially in more formal settings. And Varric is... Varric. How can I not bring him along? Okay, I wonder if going through here I can find the assassin, maybe. Gisavus, mother of Orlais. It is said we owe much to the sons of betrayal. 3 brothers were charged with girding against an imperium in weight, and in mourning Andraste, we tribes of the Crescent willingly bartered diversity for solidarity. Tevinter would not be defeated in Our Lady's lifetime, but would be balanced against for lifetimes to come. While the son of betrayal named the fields Orlais, it was Gisavus, his wife, who shaped what we are. Her hatreds were older, bound to tradition. All our hatreds were abandoned so we could call strangers kin and stand as one against the Imperium. Just greater her spite for how necessary the cost, because she knew we had no choice in that day, or no choice in the next. She bore to the marriage that wed tribe within tribe, but promised to an untold vengeance of her own. If we stand against outsiders, we stand for ourselves. She would not suffer the rule of Alamari, son or no son of betrayal or profit. Gisavus plied brother against brother in turn, then named both as partners in crimes against faith. With awful turns she invited invasion, then crafted rebellion against the courts she inspired. Brother would kill brother and be killed in turn. 2 liberations that she would then own. 8 generations before the Empire, before Drakon, here were the seeds of elegance to come. Gisavus, twice married to sons of betrayal, twice widowed, our first chieftain born from us, of what would become true Orlais. Where we venerate faith and the beauty of sacrifice, with daggers well hidden but well within reach. It is true we owe much to the sons of betrayal, for they were tools that a master cast down. Let others claim credit for birthing the nation. Gisavus claims nothing and gave us the game. This text was translated from Ogoja Jethris, a highly romanticized account of the first Cleoha. I'm probably mispronouncing that horribly, my apologies. Or female chieftain of the unified Syrian tribes of Orlais. The region and people would later coalesce under Drakon into the modern nation of Orlais. Many culturally distinct communities were forcibly merged during the rule of Mafrath and his sons, ostensibly to create more efficient barriers against the likelihood of a Tevinter return to conquest. The effects of this relocation can still be observed in many Orlesian, Nevadan, and Free March traditions. Collection from and excerpted by Philum, a bard. Not gonna have any of that shit. Okay, good. Ooh. Something useful here. And then I think we'll head upstairs. Okay, let's head upstairs. So our quarter approval is steadily getting lower. Okay, more servants. You brought Iron Ball with you because you knew he would steal everyone's attention while you were sneaking around. That's some big brain thinking there. I'm a tactical genius. I know how this game is played. Okay, that looks like a trail of blood, which is ominous, but I'm just going to check this room quickly. Oh, hello. Is this the Empress's bedchamber? The Grand Apartments. This wing once served as a home away from home for members of the House Valmont's 4 cadet branches, but has fallen into disuse since Emperor Florian's reign. The late Emperor would not allow relatives more distant than his siblings into the Winter Palace. For years, the entirety of the Grand Apartments was closed off. Interesting. Okay, so I can't open that yet, because we need statues for it. And I'm not sure if I'm going to meticulously go through and search for all of that. Just because I worry of running out of court approval. Cutscene? Yes. Briala.
You here.
Indeed.
Shouldn't you be dancing, Inquisitor? What will the nobility say?
Ambassador, we meet again.
Your reputation for getting results is well deserved. You cleaned this place out. Will take a month to get all the Tevinter blood off the marble. I came down to save or avenge my missing people. But you've beaten me to it. So, the Council of Herald's emissary in the courtyard. That's not your work, is it?
He was dead when I arrived.
I expected as much. You may have arrived with the Grand Duke, but you don't seem to be doing his dirty work. I knew he was smuggling his chevaliers. But killing a Council emissary? Bringing Tevinter assassins into the palace? Those are desperate acts. Gaspar must be planning to strike tonight.
The Empress needs to know what's going on.
You can try to warn her. She won't believe anything from me. I misjudged you, Inquisitor. You might just be an ally worth having. What could you do with an army of elven spies at your disposal? You should think about it.
What do I have to give you in exchange for this army of spies?
Help me, help our people. I know which way the wind is blowing. I'd bet coin that you'll be part of the peace talks before the night is over. And if you happen to lean a little bit our way, it could prove advantageous to us both. Just a thought.
Every single major player has tried to bribe you tonight. In Orlais, that means you've officially arrived.
Well, it seems I'm quite popular. You found a sigil. Sigils could be attached to armors to give special bonuses along with unique hindrances. Interesting. Okay, let's return to the ballroom. Mad Emperor Reveal. Modern history often forgets that Mad Emperor Reveal was at first celebrated as a military genius. Despite the warnings of his twin brother Ghonnathan, younger by a mere hour, he committed Orlais to an invasion of Ferelden, an invasion that proved wildly successful. In the Breadth of One campaign, Reveal had expanded the reach of the Empire across all of southern Thedas, and allowed the court to dream of achieving even greater heights. The victory came at a cost, however, and when Ghonnathan's prediction of war with an opportunistic Navarra proved true, the Orlesian Chevaliers met spectacular defeat. Everything we know of history states that Grand Duke Ghonnathan had nothing but his brother's best interests at heart. The man was a kind soul, much in love with his wife and many children, and, according to all letters recovered, vastly relieved not to be burdened with the throne. Reveal, however, went from reveling in the approval of his court to being the butt of jokes and the target of whispers. He was surrounded by courtiers who said his brother was behind the criticism, and as rebellion in occupied Ferelden began, things grew worse. There was open talk of placing Ghonnathan on the throne when Marquis Yvette, Reveal's mother and a calming influence, died and threw him into mourning. He snapped. Reveal ordered the assassination of Ghonnathan and his entire family at their estate of Sablissant on the Feast of Ascension. Ghonnathan, his wife, their 3 grown children, and 8 grandchildren, the youngest, Camille, only 8 months old, all slaughtered and thrown into a mass grave, their bodies burned. The brutal slaughter sent a chill through the imperial court, as even the emperor's own children feared to speak out against him. He became increasingly paranoid and began wearing armor every time he left his rooms. His health began to decline, but he refused to allow physicians or of any kind into the palace. By 850 Blessed, Reveal refused to leave his rooms at all. His paranoia had grown so great that only a single cook was permitted to prepare his food, and only under the supervision of 10 chevaliers. He no longer ate anything but venison, and his health, unsurprisingly, was poor. In 851, Blessed, Emperor Reveal finally died, and upon entering his rooms, his sons found he had boarded up the windows and surrounded his bed with rows upon rows of daggers. Oh, sounds like quite the Mad King. But we have been far away from court long enough. We should return. As soon as possible. But I have to remember how to get down. Unless I just literally jump down. Please. There we go. Fixed it. Exarch Jan, how's it going? Glad you could make it tonight. I hope you're enjoying yourself. I believe it's your first time with us. If so, I hope you're having a good time. She does have, she did have some special dialogue. Hello, can I help you?
Thank you, Inquisitor.
I'm glad to be of assistance. Oh, I might be going the wrong way. I need to go this way, I believe. Ah, there we are. I was practicing my accents a little bit. I just find with a lot of the Orlesian terms, because they are influenced by the French language, I try to pronounce them as correct as I possibly can. I do need a bit more practice though.
Is it true what they say? You're the Inquisitor, are you not? We heard stories of your accomplishments.
I'd wager I have better tales than anything you've heard.
I told you, Philippe.
Not everyone fights an archdemon and lives to tell. It's an inspiration.
If you'd like, Commander Cullen could give you all the details of that battle. He's in the ballroom.
Really? But I shouldn't leave my post.
You'd only be gone a moment.
Philippe, the world is coming to an end. If we don't hear his story now, we'll never have a chance.
You're right. Thank you, Inquisitor. Let's go.
Alright, let's quickly explore the trophy room to try and find something useful.
Might be something here. Better take a closer look.
Okay, that looks promising. Philippe, move on the western wing of the palace when I send you 3 shots of brandy, not taking any chances. Okay, can't go through there, that's okay. We need to head back to the ballroom. Come on. There we go. Oh, thank you so much, Jay.
Inquisitor Lavalin. We met briefly. I am Grand Duchess Floriane de Chalon. Welcome to my party.
Enchantée.
Is there something I can do for you, Your Grace?
Indeed you can. I believe tonight you and I are both concerned by the actions of a certain person. Come, dance with me. Spies will not hear us on the dance floor.
Oh, let's certainly dance then.
Very well. Shall we dance, Your Grace?
I'd be delighted.
Well, let's see how this goes, shall we?
Have the Dalish gained a sudden passion for politics? What do you know about our civil war?
What do you think I ought to know?
My brother and my dear cousin have been at each other's throats for too long.
It took great effort to arrange tonight's negotiations. Yet one party would use this occasion for blackest treason. The security of the Empire is at stake. Neither one of us wishes to see it fall.
Do we both want that, Lady Floriane?
I hope we are of one mind on this.
In times like these, it's hard to tell friend from foe.
I'm trying to pick the best decisions as I can.
I know you arrived here as
I'll
a
try to
guest of
keep
my
the flow
brother
going.
Gaspar, and have been everywhere in the palace. You are a curiosity to many, Inquisitor, and a matter of concern to some.
Am I the curiosity or the concern to you, Your Grace?
A little of both, actually. This evening is of great importance, Inquisitor. I wonder what role you will play in it. Do you even yet know who is friend and who is foe? Who in the court can be trusted?
I only trust the Inquisition. It's every woman for herself here in the Imperial Court. Or so I've heard.
How am I doing, Liliana?
Everyone is alone. It cannot have escaped your notice that certain parties are engaged in dangerous machinations tonight.
I thought dangerous machinations were the national sport in Orlais.
Oh, I am a very good dancer, apparently.
The attack will come soon. You must stop Gaspar before he strikes. In the Royal Wing Garden, you will find the captain of my brother's mercenaries. He knows all Gaspar's secrets. I'm sure you can persuade him to be forthcoming.
We'll see what the night has in store, won't we?
I must say, I do love the collar of her dress and how it looks like a butterfly wing. That is so beautiful.
You'll be the talk of the court for months. We should take you dancing more often.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a relief to do something other than fight demons and horrors.
You still face demons and horrors. These ones are simply better dressed.
Were you dancing with Duchess Florian?
More importantly, what happened in the servants' quarters? I heard there was fighting.
I hope you have good news. It appears the peace talks are crumbling.
Morrigan helped me get into the servants' quarters, where I found a group of Venatori and Gaspard's dagger.
The man would truly do anything to become Emperor.
Then, the attack on the Empress will happen tonight.
Warning Celine is pointless. She needs these talks to succeed, and to flee would admit defeat.
Then perhaps we should let her die.
You have an idea, Leliana?
What Corypheus wants is chaos. Even with Celine alive, that could still happen. To foil his plan, the Empire must remain strong. This evening, someone must emerge victorious.
And it doesn't need to be Celine. She's right.
Do you realize what you're suggesting, Leliana?
Sometimes the best path is not the easiest one.
I can't decide this. Not yet.
You must. Even inaction is a decision, Inquisitor.
You could speak to Celine in the ballroom, but she won't act. Not without proof.
If Gaspard is guilty, he'll admit nothing. If he's innocent, he knows nothing. We need the truth.
What did Duchess Florian tell you?
She said Gaspard's mercenary captain is in the royal wing, that he knows about the assassination.
Which could be a trap.
Or a lead. Either way, you should search the private quarters in that wing for clues.
Then get me access, and in the meantime, get your soldiers into position.
At once. Be careful, Inquisitor.
Okay, our court approval went way up with that. I think I'm pretty proud of that. So we need to find material on both, and then we need to... I thought there was something over here. Could be wrong. Okay, Royal Wing. Whereabouts is that? It's the upper level. So let's have a little bit of a look around. We might have to go back to the vestibule, but I'm just going to do a quick round of the room just to see if anything's changed. Okay, that's locked.
Inquisitor?
Yeah, I will say it's a little awkward when I can only imagine if you're playing a Canary or a Dwarf, the height differences for the dancing is a little awkward.
It's been too long since I've had any word from Valerie.
Gaspard, and there's the Empress. Okay, so I think we have to go back to the vestibule in order to do a little bit more homework. Oh, do I have more secrets for Liliana?
So many crimes of fashion.
I found this out. I'm not sure of its value.
The things courtiers get up to.
Okay, perfect. Up that a little bit more.
Lady Inquisitor.
I'd like your opinion of this gathering, milady.
It's doomed to fail, of course. Celine knows that. At least it should be amusing. We haven't had such a menagerie at court in living memory.
Have you noticed anything odd this evening?
Too few Imperial guards stand in attendance, my dear. A shame. They are so pleasantly decorative.
Good evening, milady.
Oh, we have a Pick My Voice from Hayden. Time to exercise those vocal cords. Let's hear your favorite Disney villain. Oh. Oh, that's tricky. God. I don't know, they're all so amazing. I think my favorite villain, in terms of like the ones that like I really love, like if I wanted to perform a voice that I feel like I could perform accurately, it'd probably be Maleficent. But if I'm gonna pick a favorite, it has to be Frollo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. If you don't mind me horribly butchering Tony J's magnificent performance. Okay. So either Frollo from Hunchback of Notre Dame or Maleficent. What do you guys think? Compendium of Elysian Theatre. The young maiden. Come, my lord, let us dance. No, no, I cannot. Oh, I beseech thee, do not leave me without a dance. I've been bribed too much. Please come dance. I must leave soon. It's too much. I bet you leave me for some circumspection. Laughing, the woman pulls the mare up from her seat. A loud sound stops her. Do I smell the cook's cabbage stew from noon? It has rejoined us, alas, from a more southerly direction. From Wiltshire Downs by Apory. This play enjoys enduring and, some might say, embarrassing popularity, never failing to draw a large crowd during a festival or market. The fictional Ferelden village of Wiltshire Downs is the setting for over 3,000 lines of increasingly outrageous situations begun, worsened, or ended by flatulence. I am told actors go on special diets to convincingly play the roles. I'm not the courage for details. Ooh. I could try and sing a little bit of Hellfire if that is an acceptable substitute, Hayden. Okay, I'm heading the wrong direction. Okay, yes, it is more that direction.
The reports from the Minrathous ambassador.
Just gossip.
Ooh, stretch from Luna Hawk. Thank you, thank you. And Hayden check. Oh, sorry, a hydrate check, not a Hayden check. Because I was thinking, like, Hayden, is that okay with you if I sing a little bit of Hellfire as a substitute for that? Pick my voice. But thank you for the stretch and hydrate check. Just do a quick check in the chat, like, yep. That's Hayden. Alright. I'll give it my best shot. Okay. We are looking for incriminating evidence. Can I? Yes, okay, I can save.
So, even Liliana thought this place was dangerous and you wanted to just walk in here.
I'm surprising.
This party is looking up.
Hell yes. Alright, let me give it a try. While I look around. Beata Maria, you know I am a righteous man. Of my virtue I am justly proud. Beata Maria, you know I'm so much purer than the common, vulgar, weak, licentious crowd. Then tell me, Maria, why I see her dancing there, why her smouldering eyes have scorched my soul. I feel her, I see her, the sun caught in her raven hair. Oh no, that sounds like murder. No, I'm supposed to be stoic.
Are you all right?
I don't think I'm hurt. No one's supposed to be here. Briala said... Oh, I shouldn't have trusted her.
Briala told you to come to this wing of the palace.
Not personally. The ambassador can't be seen talking to the servants. We get coded messages at certain locations, but the order came from her. She's been watching the Grand Duke all night. No surprise she wanted someone to search his sister's room.
Is there anyone else who knows the code and the drop location who could have written those orders?
I don't know. Any of us could do it, but... No. No one else would send me here. It had to be Briala.
So this room belongs to Grand Duchess Florian?
It used to. This had been her private room in Haliotis since she was a child. But this part of the palace was damaged, and the royal family moved to the guest wing.
What were you trying to find in Florian's old room?
The message didn't say. I should have known it was a setup.
This wing is sealed. How did you get in here?
Easy. The door was unlocked. One of the others probably handled it.
It takes great courage to come to the royal wing unarmed.
It's not courage to blindly follow Briala's orders into a trap. I knew her. Before. When she was Celine's pet. Now she wants to play Revolution, but I remember. She was sleeping with the Empress who purged our alienage.
Would you be willing to testify to that, if I asked?
Absolutely. If the Inquisition will protect me, I'll tell you everything I know about our ambassador.
Go to the ballroom. Find Commander Cullen. He'll keep you safe.
Thank you. Make her protect you, Inquisitor.
I'm good like that.
What happened here?
Okay, I think I have enough of these statues to access this room. Yes, I do. Oh, the Empress's private quarters. Okay. Oh, sir? Sir? You seem to be slightly underdressed for the occasion.
What happened?
Oh no.
It's not what it looks like. Honestly, I would have preferred it if it were what it looks like. The Empress led me to believe I would be rewarded for betraying the Grand Duke. This was not what I hoped for.
You're telling me that Empress Celine left you naked and trussed like a roast duck?
Please, I beg you, don't tell Gaspard. The Empress beguiled me into giving her information about plans for troop movements in the palace tonight. She knows everything. Everything. The Duke's surprise attack has been countered before it ever began. She's turned it into a trap. The moment he strikes, she'll have him arrested for treason.
Classic, honeypot.
Okay. Leave him to whatever fate. For him to obtain blackmail on Celine, that could be useful.
I'll protect you from Gaspard if you're willing to testify about Celine's trap.
I'll do anything. Anything.
Good. Good, good, good. I see you, chat.
Well,
I see you.
Orlesian.
It was enlightening. I have to say, I'm growing rather fond of how this game is played. The grand game. Alright, so we're out of Celine's private chambers. And yes, cool yourselves down, chat. Oh, and that court approval is looking amazing. Let me just check. Yes, okay, we're in the right direction for something on Gaspard. What? Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Inquisitor, what a pleasure.
Now.
I wasn't certain you'd attend. You're such a challenge to read. I had no idea if you'd taken my bait.
I fear I'm a bit busy at the moment, if you were looking for a dance partner.
Yes, I see that. Such a pity you did not save one final dance for me. It was kind of you to walk into my trap so willingly. I was so tired of your meddling. Corypheus insisted that the Empress die tonight, and I would hate to disappoint him.
You're not being kind, Florian. He's got to get used to disappointment.
But not today, I think. In their darkest dreams, no one imagines I would assassinate Celine myself. All I need is to keep you out of the ballroom long enough to strike. A pity you'll miss the rest of the ball, Inquisitor. They'll be talking of it for years. Kill her. Bring me the marked hand as proof. It will make a fine gift for the Master.
Time to fuck some shit up. Now I think everyone's on board like, oh yeah, this is my kind of party. Go away, go away, go away. There we go. And yes, absolutely. I will stand by that. Lady D wasn't evil, she was just misunderstood.
Tits, what was all that? Were those demons? There aren't any more of those blasted demons coming, right?
No more demons. It's safe.
Maker? I've never seen one that close before. I knew Gaspard was a bastard, but I didn't think he'd feed me to fucking horrors over a damn bill.
Duke Gaspard lured you out here.
Well, his sister. But it had to come from him, didn't it? And all that garbage she was spewing doesn't mean anything. Gaspard had to be the mastermind.
Your accent sounds Ferelden. I thought you were one of Gaspard's mercenaries.
Born and raised in Denerim. Seems like I should have stayed there. The Duke wanted to move on the palace tonight, but he didn't have enough fancy chevaliers. So he hired me and my men. He had to offer us triple our usual pay to come to Orlais. Stinking punsy cheesemongers.
He's going to attack tonight. What about the peace talks?
Nobles don't give a shit about honor and conduct unless it suits them. He'll do what it takes to claim the throne.
Do these people ever not stab each other in the back? Just curious.
Gaspard's methods are thuggish. You saved my life. I owe you. And Gaspard still hasn't paid me. You want me to talk to the Empress or the court or sing a blasted song in a chantry? I'll do it.
Okay, I think we found our last piece of blackmail we needed. Okay, let's return to Cullen. Because now we have evidence. Oh no, how terrible. I'm so sorry. Let's go. And yes, I will stand by that Lady Dimitrescu and all of the lords, to be honest, were heavily manipulated by Mother Miranda. And, in fact, if they had a different course in life. While they would not have lived as long as they were living with the powers of the Kadu, they would have been much happier. And Lady Dimitrescu just wanted to raise her daughters. Oh yes, nothing like killing a bunch of assassins inside a church. Lorcán. After his coronation in 884 blessed, Emperor Florian commissioned the building of a chapel in the palace of Halamsharal as his first act to honor his infant daughter Evangeline, who died in the 100 Days cough outbreak of 877 blessed. The chapel contains exquisite murals Empress Justinia herself painted of the life and death of Andraste. Beautiful. Let's loot it. Oh, it's gonna take forever for them to replace all the marble flooring that I've messed up with all my magic. A compendium of Orlesian theatre. Lady Cremoisi. The body is not yet cold. Someone in this mansion killed Lord Carcass. Blanche, the chambermaid. Maker's mercy. There's a murderer among us. Captain Doré. Andraste, take it. The woman's right. How do we proceed? We must search for some hint as to how the foul deed was done. With gusto, if one goes by the amount of blood on the walls. Blanche faints. From Death in the Mansion by Violet Armand. Incredibly, the enjoyable, if somewhat predictable melodrama begat a storm of debate. At the end of the piece, the murderer of Lord Carras changes into a villain's mask before giving an elaborate confessional speech. At the time, masks in Orlesian theatre were fixed to each role. Plays were written with the assumption that the masks gave audiences vital information a play's characters might not possess. Death in the Mansion ignored this implicit contract, shocking the audiences at the time. Armand was nearly destroyed by the attacks of Death on the Mansion by both her theatregoers and Orlesian critics. Many accused her of an unforgivable violation of the spirit of the theatre. A vogue for false face stories caught on amongst the foremost writers of the time. However, today's Armand's techniques are seen as wholly unremarkable. It only goes to show how easily the alchemy of time shifts the outrageous into the everyday. From a Compendium of Orlesian Theatre, Volume 6. Okay, I don't have enough statuettes for those, so it's okay. Let's just head back. Head back to court. Ooh, I think I missed that room. Also, Lord Carras sounds like a distant ancestor of Mr. Body. Yes, absolutely. And now I need to watch Clue. I need to rewatch Clue again. I haven't seen that movie in ages. It's so good. Alright, yes, let's head back. Let's head back to court. I'm gonna look forward to killing you, if I can. Oh, and I get to arrive in my armor. That's interesting.
Thank the Maker you're back. The Empress will begin her speech soon. What should we do?
Okay. Allow the Empress to die before dealing with the Duchess. No, we're not going to do that. Save Celine's life, then deal with the Duchess. Publicly expose the Duchess's crimes to the court, avoiding further bloodshed. I'm going to do that one, as it's the most peaceful option, and we've got amazing court points.
Wait here, Cullen. I'm going to have a word with the Grand Duchess.
What? There's no time. The Empress will begin her speech any moment.
We owe the court one more show, Your Grace.
The scandal!
Inquisitor.
The eyes of every noble in the Empire are upon us, Your Grace. Remember to smile. This is your party. You wouldn't want them to think you had lost control.
Who would not be delighted to speak with you, Inquisitor?
I seem to recall you saying, all I needed was to keep you out of the ballroom long enough to strike. When your archers failed to kill me in the garden, I feared you wouldn't save me this last illness. It's so easy to lose your good graces. You even framed your brother for the murder of a council emissary. It was an ambitious plan. Celine, Gaspard, the entire Council of Heralds, all your enemies under one roof.
This is very entertaining, but you do not imagine anyone believes your wild stories?
That will be a matter for a judge to decide, cousin.
Gaspard? You cannot believe this. You know I would never... Gaspard?
No, I'm not going to kill her right here in front of the court. Take her away.
You lost this fight ages ago, Your Grace. You're just the last to find out.
Take her away.
Your Imperial Majesty, I think we should speak in private, elsewhere.
Your sister attempted regicide in front of the entire court, Gaspard.
You're the spy master. If anyone knew this atrocity was coming, it was you.
You don't deny your involvement.
I do deny it. I knew nothing of Florian's plans. But you knew it all and did nothing.
I don't know which is better. That you think I'm all-seeing, or that you're trying so hard to play innocent and failing.
Enough. We will not bicker while Tevinter plots against our nation. For the safety of the Empire, I will have answers.
Okay, so reveal evidence of Gaspard's crimes to the Empress. Use the evidence gathered about Gaspard to support Briala. I'm going to try and force a truce because we found blackmail on all three of the main individuals. So let us try and force a truce. All of you are at fault.
Every one of you is implicated. You all conspired to allow this to happen.
That's a bold claim, Inquisitor. Are you prepared to defend it?
Gaspard brought hired mercenaries into the palace for a coup. I have the word of his captain.
Oh, Gaspard. So predictable. Brutality is your only talent.
You don't hold the moral high ground, Briala. You did murder ambassadors and forge documents.
So what if I did? Take me down, and elves will riot in every city in the Empire.
They won't. Not when they learn you were sleeping with the woman who purged Halam Shiral's alienage. And Celine knew of Gaspard's coup and let it go far enough to hang him for treason.
You've made your point. What do you want?
Work together for Orlais.
You are three of the best minds in the Empire. You could do so much for Orlais and your people if you stopped fighting.
It is remarkably optimistic to believe that the three of us could ever forget our differences, Inquisitor.
Well, try.
I cannot believe you want to make a speech. This is foolish.
We have no choice. The nobility requires an answer for what happened.
Unless you want to pretend the war was all a dream. That would go over well. No more dithering. We make the cut swift and clean. Kindest to all of us.
Alright, there was a few stumbles along the way, but I think we did very well. I think we did very well in this.
Of the court, we are pleased to announce that an accord has been reached. Our cousin Gaspard will now hold a place of honor in our cabinet.
Friends, we assembled are the leaders of the Empire. We must set the example for all Thedas. We cannot be at war with each other, while the Fade itself challenges our borders.
We must stand united, or surely we will fall alone.
We will save Thedas from calamity, but only together may we accomplish this.
We will heal our wounded country. A long road of reconstruction lies before us. But tonight, we celebrate the arrival of peace. Let the festivities commence!
We did good.
The Orlesian nobility make drunken toasts to your victory, and yet you are not present to hear them. Do you tire so quickly of their congratulations, Inquisitor? 'Tis most fickle, after all your efforts on their behalf.
Everyone suddenly wants to talk to me. You, at least, I'm glad to see.
Then I have happy news, as you shall be seeing a great deal more of me. By imperial decree, I have been named liaison to the Inquisition. Celine wishes to offer you any and all aid, including mine. Congratulations.
God, like, one of my goals as a voice actor would be to voice a companion like Morrigan, like a character that would appear across a number of games, and it's just so wonderful and so beloved that you just get that rush of excitement whenever you see them. Because, God, I love Morrigan.
I had no idea you were interested in joining the Inquisition.
The assignment has been given to me, regardless of my personal interest. Celine knows you face an opponent who wields great magical power, which is far more important than her own curiosity. You will require my knowledge if you are to defeat such magic. Regardless, Corypheus is a threat to Orlais and to myself. Thus, I am not opposed to the appointment.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us tonight, Jay. I hope you had an awesome time and we can't wait to see you again.
What skills do you have that would benefit us?
I have knowledge which falls beyond the realm of most mages. I suspect this is also true of Corypheus, thus it behooves you to add to your arcane arsenal, yes? Mundane knowledge will not bring the rift in the sky to a close, after all.
When you say knowledge beyond the realm of most mages, do you mean blood magic?
I know many obscure, forgotten, and forbidden arts. Some of it you might consider blood magic, yes? Should thought of that frighten you, allow me to offer reassurance. Knowledge alone does no harm. What I possess, I place at your disposal to make use of or ignore as you desire.
Welcome to the Inquisition, Morrigan.
A most gracious response. I shall meet you at Skyhold.
You'll be most welcome.
Is everything all right? You look troubled.
I'm just worn out. Tonight has been very long.
It was a tumultuous evening, but Orlais is safe now. It was worth the struggle.
Is there anything I can do? Can I get you anything? A drink, perhaps?
Oh, God. Okay. So not to metagame in this, but this moment is usually reserved for the person that you've had the most romantic connections with. And so I was expecting, honestly, it feels bad to say, but I was expecting Solus to appear. And so I'm kind of like, oh no, have I romanced Josephine too much? Yeah, Firoju, I'm kind of like, wait, did I mess this up? But no, we've got like great approval from Solus, so I'm like... The game is calling me out, I know, right? God damn it. Okay, I'm still gonna try and romance Solus, and we're gonna see how that goes. But I'm just gonna say I'm ready to go home and not engage further. I'm sorry, Josephine. If you want to romance Josephine, pick up this game for yourself. I love that the game itself is asking, "Are you sure about that?" But yes, I'm just ready to go home. I think. Actually, no, I need a moment, because tonight's been fine, if not wonderful. I just need a moment.
I just need a moment.
But I like to imagine maybe like Josephine and this player's Lavelle, they're like BFFs. And Josephine is kind of gently educating her on the finer ways of courtly sensibilities. Meanwhile, she's just like side-eyeing at Solus, just like, I do not understand what she sees in him.
The matter is urgent, Lady Josephine.
I am well aware of that, revered mother.
We will need them to return to Val Royeaux as soon as possible. There are ceremonies, ordinations. Make us mercy.
That's quite impossible at the moment. However, I will see to this matter as soon as possible.
My Lady Inquisitor, please, may I have a word with you?
How may I assist you, revered mother?
With the political turmoil put to rest, our minds turn to a single question. The next divine. We cannot answer it without the left and right hands of Divine Justinia V.
I have already told you, revered mother. Lady Leliana and Seeker Cassandra cannot be spared from their duties.
But surely with the support of the Empire, the Inquisition will not be harmed by the loss of just 2 souls.
Leliana and Cassandra would have to make that decision for themselves.
And they certainly will, at a later date. The Inquisitor has only just returned and has important business to attend to. You must excuse us, revered mother.
Yeah, Cassandra and Liliana are busy doing, like, stuff because I told them to.
Don't let them detract from your victory at Halam-Shiral. The support of the Empire should make our search for the Grey Wardens easier. Varric is eager to help his friend Hawk.
Now that the Masquerade is over, I can remove this mask if I can find this strand to do it. There we are. Lovely, lovely. Let's see if we can maybe have a little bit of a chat with Solus, see how he's doing. And then I think I might wrap things up for tonight because
is a hall worthy of the Inquisition.
I have to say, once you get the hall like fully renovated, it does look very nice. Very grandiose.
Shame.
And yes, it's a massive quest, and honestly, it went for a really good amount of time.
I'm being clucked at by a hen, evidently.
Don't play the fool with me, young man.
If I wanted to play the fool, I could be rather more convincing, I assure you.
Your glib tongue does you no credit.
You'd be surprised at the credit my tongue gets me, Your Reverence.
That sounds like Dorian stirring up some shit again. Okay, Ways of the Rift Mage. From power bleeds, harness the flow. Your trainer's words make one passage stand out. There are no tomes dedicated to this manipulation. There has been no time for academics, only the practical, and not in a manner that mitigates risk. Power in a raw form has found an outlet, both visible and in ways that we can only we of arcane proclivity can sense. The risk is great. An account. From this page forward, these are the notes of Thelric. They begin as the works of Mentor Julian, and I will continue in the research she began, as she cannot because she is dead. The rift we are examining did not react well to her last investigation. We believed ourselves prepared for demonic manifestation. We were not prepared for how the energies we expected would be encountered. Well versed in the forces that magic can produce, my senior was surprised by an alteration, a deviance. That which previously had been coaxed in now a flood that must be staunched. The same amount in different intensity, quick to expose fault in the way it is accessed. She drew too much, expecting resistance. There was none, and her form suffered the brunt. Tread carefully in studies of these new matters, for I cannot unsee the end of her. Scattered symbols and sketches follow. Okay, let's have a bit of a chat with Solus, see what's up with him. Did you have fun at the Masquerade?
Something wrong with your tea?
It is tea. I detest this stuff. But this morning, I need to shake the dreams from my mind. I may also need a favor.
You just have to ask.
One of my oldest friends has been captured by mages, forced into slavery. I heard the cry for help as I slept.
I'd be happy to help. What did these mages use to capture your friend? Blood magic?
A summoning circle, I would imagine.
I'm sorry?
My friend is a spirit of wisdom. Unlike the spirits clamoring to enter our world through the rifts, it was dwelling quite happily in the Fade. It was summoned against its will, and wants my help to gain its freedom and return to the Fade.
I will absolutely help.
All right, let's go get your friend.
Thank you. I got a sense of my friend's location before I awoke. I'll mark it on our map.
Alright, so that'll be the next thing we do. But I'm just going to quickly check what is up with Dorian, because it sounds like he is having a bit of an argument. And I need to see what one of my best friends is up to.
Oh,
What's going on here?
It seems the revered mother is concerned about my undue influence over you.
It is just concern. Your worship, you must know how this looks.
You might need to spell it out, my dear.
This man is of Tevinter. His presence at your side, the rumors alone.
What's wrong with him being from Tevinter, specifically?
I'm fully aware that not everyone from the Imperium is the same.
How kind of you to notice. Yet still you bow to the opinion of the masses.
The opinion of the masses is based on centuries of evidence. What would you have me tell them?
The truth?
The truth is I do not know you, and neither do they. Thus, these rumors will continue.
There's no cause for concern, Your Reverence.
With all due respect, you underestimate the effect this man has on the people's good opinion.
Do the people know how he's helped the Inquisition?
See, I meant no disrespect, Inquisitor.
Oh, really?
Only to ask after this man's intentions. If you feel he is without ulterior motive, then I humbly beg forgiveness of you both.
Well, that's something.
She didn't get to you, did she?
No, it takes more to get to me than thinly veiled accusations.
You don't think she'll do anything?
Do what? Yours is the good opinion I care about, not hers. I should ask, do the rumors bother you?
I wish they wouldn't disparage you. They don't know you.
They know you even less than they know me. Perhaps it's odd to say, but I think of you as a friend, Inquisitor. I have precious few friends. I didn't think to find one here. Don't speak. I detest confessions, and I'd like to get this over with. Allow me to say I'll stand beside you, against Corypheus, my countryman, or spurious rumor, so long as you'll have me.
Okay, I mean, Solus didn't ask us to dance with him, but at least we've got Dorian, right, guys? And, oh, sorry, just that little moment of when he's just like, I consider you a friend. And Llewellyn's just like, yeah, that's me. That's me. Just, Dorian, I know you are a man of exquisite taste. So the fact that you consider me a friend is a wonderful feeling. I wanted to update my armor and make it look nice.
Inquisitor?
The Arcanist has arrived.
You should see for yourself.
Hello there.
Oh, she's so cute. Hi.
Well, don't just stand there slack-jawed. Let's figure out what you need.
Okay, just check if there's any other customization I can do. It's all just Inquisition stuff for now. Yeah, I just wanted to make my armor look nice before I wrapped it up and called it a night, so I'm just gonna do that quickly and then we'll call it. Oh, I look lovely as always. Let me just make sure I've got the right armor equipped. Good stuff. Want to make it look extra nice. Because I do like the blue cloth underneath, but I want to make the rest of it like a dark leather. Yeah. I think there's a color of trousers or the trim. Could be wrong. Oh, I think it's the lining. Okay, so go for a nice simple one. Maybe like a silver or gold. I think I'll just go with iron. That's good. And I am good with that. Fabulous. But yes, I think next time we will immediately start out with that quest for Solace to help his friend. And we'll see how things go from there. But I think this is a perfect time to wrap things up for this evening. So thank you all so very much for joining me tonight. I hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful time. And a huge thank you to everyone who dropped bits, renewed their subscriptions, gifted subs. You're all absolutely incredible. And if you've been lurking in the shadows and you like what you've seen so far, please consider following. We would love to have you back at the Blue Rose Respite. You're welcome anytime. I do like to do my makeup or like change my outfit a little bit for like special occasions, and I think just focusing entirely on the Grand Masquerade over in Orlais was just a wonderful, wonderful thing for us, and I hope you all had a fantastic time. It was more conversation driven than action driven, but I love the court intrigue in this game, and especially that quest is one of my absolute favorite sequences in the game. So I hope you all had a ton of fun tonight, and be sure to check out my other socials that are in the chat right now, including my Twitter for important updates and occasional shenanigans, my YouTube channel for my ASMR tales. I have a new one coming out tomorrow. that is a little bit more dramatic and filled with a lot of angst. So I hope you're all looking forward to that. But thank you all so very much for joining me tonight. I hope you had a fantastic time. So let us send a raid over to the wonderful souls at Decadent Games. Be sure to give them plenty of love from the Blue Rose Respite. And thank you all so very much for joining me tonight. Be sure to join me on Sunday as well, as we will be more than likely wrapping up Witchwood, and I cannot wait to see the final conclusion of that game. And I hope you all have a fantastic weekend ahead. And remember, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and as always, stay wicked and wonderful. Good night, guys.